Most American gardeners are about to miss the only planting window they will get all year, and they will not realize it until they are standing in an empty garden in July, wondering why nothing produced the way they hoped. April is not just another month on the calendar. It is the hinge point of the entire growing season. The vegetables you plant right now, this week, not next month, not when it feels more like spring, are the ones that fill your table from summer through fall. The ones you miss, you wait a full year. No second chances, no partial credit, no catching up. With grocery prices still climbing in 2026, a wrong planting decision costs money you actually feel. A packet of seeds is $2. A summer without homegrown food is an expense you carry all the way to December. This list covers all 15. Every entry includes the soil temperature you actually need, not just a calendar date, because the calendar does not know what happened to your ground last Tuesday. Your thermometer does. A $10 tool from any garden center is the single most important thing standing between a productive April and a wasted one. And before we finish, after the 15, there are 4 vegetables most people waste time planting in April that will almost certainly fail. I will name them, explain exactly why, and tell you what to do instead. One more thing. One vegetable on this list secretly feeds 3 others while it grows. Nobody talks about it. I will get there. Let's start. Plant 1, tomatoes. Tomatoes are the most popular vegetable in the American home garden and also one of the most time-critical decisions you will make this month. Zones 4 through 6, if you haven't started seeds indoors yet, this is the last week that makes sense. After this, you're buying transplants at double the cost or losing the season entirely. Tomatoes need soil above 60 degrees before they go outside, not air temperature, soil temperature. Plant them in cold ground and they stall. They sit there looking alive while the clock runs down on your growing season. Wait for 60 degrees and they take off like a different plant. Zones 7 through 10, buy transplants right now and get them in the ground this week. The time for starting tomatoes from seed in those zones was February. One plant produces 8 to 10 pounds. Store tomatoes run $2 to $4 a pound. Heirloom cherry varieties hit $5 a pint. One seed packet grows 20 pints. You do that math. Plant 2, peas. Peas are the most urgent entry on this entire list. Not because they're difficult to grow, because their window is the narrowest of anything here and it is closing. Peas need cool weather to build tall vines before they flower. When temperatures rise and stay warm, peas stop growing vertically and go straight to producing pods. That sounds fine until you realize that a plant that only grew 6 inches before flowering gives you almost nothing. You get a handful of pods from a plant that should have delivered weeks of production. The rule is simple. Zones 4 and 5, plant the moment soil becomes workable, around 40 degrees. Zones 6 and 7, your window is this week. Zones 8 and above, peas are your fall crop. Save your seeds for September. Give them a 6-foot trellis from day 1. The entire goal is vines climbing high before the heat arrives. Here's what nobody tells you about peas. When the season ends, do not pull them out of the ground. Cut the stems at the soil line and leave the roots. Those root nodules have been fixing nitrogen from the atmosphere all season, and they release it directly into your soil when the roots decompose. Free fertilizer for whatever grows in that spot next. Plant peas in April, feed your beans in July. That deal costs you nothing extra. Plant 3, lettuce. Lettuce tolerates temperatures near freezing and gives you months of steady production from a $2 seed packet. A bag of grocery store lettuce, enough for 2 salads, costs $4 to $5. That same seed packet supplies fresh greens every single day for 5 months. The math is not complicated. In zones 4 and 5, grow lettuce in full sun. Zone 6 and above, give it afternoon shade to delay bolting as temperatures rise. Zones 8 and above, the shadiest spot you have is the right spot. The biggest mistake with lettuce is planting everything at once and then having nothing. Sow a short row every 2 weeks, rolling harvest instead of a glut followed by bare beds. Plant 4, carrots. Carrots want cool nights and loose soil, and April gives you both at the same time, which is exactly why carrots harvested in late spring taste nothing like the ones sitting in a plastic bag at the grocery store. The flavor from a carrot that developed under cool spring temperatures, sweeter, more complex, nothing like what sits in a grocery store bag, is genuinely different. Minimum soil temperature is 40 degrees, but texture matters just as much as temperature. Compacted or rocky ground produces forked and stunted roots that look nothing like what you planted for. Loose, fine-textured soil is non-negotiable. After sowing a quarter-inch deep, lay garden fabric over the row until germination. It holds moisture and prevents the soil surface from crusting over, which is one of the most common reasons carrot seeds fail. Here is the pairing that changes how you think about your April bed layout. Plant radishes in the same row as your carrots. Radishes germinate in 3 to 5 days. Carrots take 2 to 3 weeks. The radishes emerge first and mark exactly where your slow seeds are buried, so you do not accidentally weed them out. Then, as radishes are harvested, they leave open channels in the soil that expanding carrot roots immediately move into. One decision, 2 benefits, 0 extra effort. Plant 5. Beets. Beets are 2 crops in one plant, and most gardeners only use half of what they grow. The root is the harvest everyone knows, but the greens, the young leafy tops, are edible, nutritious, and ready to pick weeks before the root. If you are thinning beets and throwing those greens into the compost, you are discarding free food from something you already planted and watered. Workable soil at 45 degrees is your signal to sow. Plant half an inch deep and plan to thin to 4 inches apart once they sprout, because each beet seed is actually a cluster of seeds compressed together. Overcrowded beets produce leaf growth and almost no root development. Thinning is not optional. It is the entire difference between a productive bed and a disappointing one. Stagger your plantings every 2 weeks throughout April. Beets that all go in the ground the same day all come ready the same day. Stagger them and you get a continuous harvest that runs through early summer. Try the Chioggia variety. Candy striped on the inside, far milder in flavor than the classic red beet, and it converts people who are certain they do not like beets. It also produces beautifully for anyone creating visual content around their garden. Plant 4. Spinach. Spinach has the narrowest spring window of any vegetable on this list. Once temperatures climb and stay there, spinach bolts, sends up a flower stalk, turns bitter, and the harvest is done. April is the season, and in most of the country, the clock is already running. Soil as low as 35 degrees works fine. Spinach actually prefers the cold. In zone 6 and above, plant in partial shade to extend your harvest window by a meaningful margin. Watch your plants daily as April warms up. The moment the center stem begins to elongate, harvest the entire plant immediately. That elongation is the signal. A week later, it is inedible. Heat-tolerant varieties like Space and Thai buy you 2 to 3 additional productive weeks over standard varieties. Baby spinach costs more than $4 per pound more to buy than to grow, based on University of Florida extension research. For a household going through 1 or 2 bags a week, growing your own spinach in April pays for itself before the end of the month. Plant 5. Radishes. Radishes may be the most underestimated plant in the April garden. They germinate in 3 to 7 days. They're harvest ready in 22 to 30 days. They're the fastest crop on this entire list, and they do 3 things simultaneously that no other vegetable here can claim. They mark slow rows. Plant them alongside carrots and beets, and they emerge first, showing you exactly where your hidden seeds are so you do not accidentally remove them. They loosen soil. As radish roots develop and then are pulled, they open channels that carrot and beet roots expand into immediately after. And they work as companion protectors. Planted alongside peas, radishes discourage flea beetles that damage establishing seedlings. The catch is temperature. Radishes fail completely in warm conditions. In heat, they bolt immediately, skip root formation, and produce leafy tops with nothing underneath. April is their season. Zone 7 and above, this week may be your last reliable chance. Keep nitrogen-heavy fertilizers away from radishes. Too much nitrogen produces the same outcome as heat. Plant 8. Kale. Kale is the plant that outlasts everything else in your April garden and asks almost nothing in return. You plant it in cool soil, you harvest it through frost, and if you treat it right, it keeps producing long after everything tender has given up. Direct sow it or transplant it.
It shrugs off late frosts that would finish tender crops. It produces continuously if you harvest outer leaves and leave the center growing. Zone 4 through Zone 9, kale is ready right now. The one decision that separates a productive kale bed from a disappointing one is the floating row cover, placed from the very first day. Cabbage worm moths lay their eggs before you ever notice them, and by the time you see the damage, the caterpillars are already at work. The row cover costs a few dollars, blocks the moths entirely, and serves as frost protection on cold nights. It earns its cost in the first season. Plant 8. Broccoli. Broccoli should have been started indoors 6 weeks ago. If you did that, April is your transplant window. Get it in the ground now while cool weather holds.
If you did not start it indoors, go to your local nursery and buy transplants this week. That is the recovery plan. Underplant your broccoli with lettuce. The lettuce shades the broccoli roots, keeps soil temperatures cooler, and delays bolting. You also get 2 harvests from 1 bed footprint. It is a simple move with a compounding return. Watch your broccoli heads every single day as they develop. The moment buds begin separating from a tight cluster, harvest immediately. An open broccoli head loses flavor fast and does not wait for you. Plant 10. Cabbage. Cabbage wants exactly what April provides in most of the country: cool days, cool nights, and consistent moisture. Transplant seedlings now, space them 12 inches apart, and fertilize once when you see heads beginning to form. Inspect the undersides of leaves daily for cabbage worms, small green caterpillars that match the leaf color almost perfectly. A few days of unchecked feeding devastates a plant that took weeks to establish. Cabbage also gives you 2 seasonal bites. Plant transplants now for a summer harvest, then start seeds in July for a fall crop from the same bed. The fall heads are often the better ones. Plant 11. Cucumbers. Cucumbers need warmth, and you need to respect their roots. Zones 7 and above direct sow when soil hits 60 degrees. Below 60, seeds rot before germinating. Zones 5 and 6 start indoors right now, but only in biodegradable pots. Cucumber roots are sensitive to disturbance in a way that most vegetables are not. Bare root transplanting causes shock that sets the plant back weeks. The biodegradable pot goes into the ground in May, pot and all, with no root disturbance at all. Plant 12. Zucchini and summer squash. Zucchini and summer squash need soil at 70 degrees, not 60, 70, before going outside. Zone 7 and above direct sow when the soil hits that threshold in mid to late April. Everywhere else, start in biodegradable pots indoors right now. Same principle as cucumbers. Watch indoor starts carefully. Zucchini grows aggressively. A plant that gets root-bound in its pot, or worse, flowers before transplanting, produces a weak outdoor plant. Strong, leafy, not yet flowering, that is the seedling you want going into the ground. 2 plants is enough, possibly 1. Plant 14. Green beans. Green beans have firm rules. Zone 7 and above, with soil at 60 degrees, direct sow now and succession plant every 3 weeks through July for a rolling harvest that runs for months. Zones 4 through 6, wait. Cold soil rots the seeds before germination. A May planting that hits genuinely warm soil will outperform an impatient April planting every single time. Pick beans every day once they begin producing. A pod that matures to seed signals the entire plant to stop flowering. Daily harvesting keeps production going because the plant never quite finishes the job. Plant 15. Potatoes. Potatoes are April's most traditional crop and the companion planting payoff I mentioned at the beginning. Use certified seed potatoes only. Grocery store potatoes are often treated with sprout inhibitors that prevent germination. Certified varieties from a garden center give you reliable results. Yukon Gold is the consistent crowd favorite. Golden skin, yellow flesh, dependable producer. Plant 4 inches deep, 12 inches apart. Hill soil up around the stems as the plant grows. That hilling extends the underground zone where tubers develop. More zone means more potatoes. Here's the connection. Peas and beans fix nitrogen in the soil.
Potatoes are heavy nitrogen feeders. Rotate potatoes through the beds where your legumes grew in previous seasons, and that nitrogen-enriched soil feeds your crop without extra fertilizer. Peas in April, potatoes in that zone the following year, a cycle that costs nothing. Plant 15, asparagus. Now, the last vegetable. Asparagus is the one you plant for the person you will be in year 3 of this garden. Not this summer, not next year, year 3. Crowns planted this April do not produce a significant harvest the first season. Year 2 brings a light harvest. Year 3 and beyond, that's where it opens. An established asparagus bed produces for 20 years, not 20 seasons if things go well, 20 years, reliably from roots you put in the ground this month. Plant crowns 6 to 8 inches deep, 18 inches apart, in a dedicated bed you're willing to commit to permanently. Do not harvest in year 1. Let every spear that emerges grow into a fern and feed the roots below. The patience is the investment. Tomatoes and asparagus are research-confirmed companions. Tomatoes produce solanine that deters asparagus beetles. Asparagus releases a substance that repels the root knot nematodes that destroy tomato roots. They protect each other. Plant them as neighbors.
Store asparagus runs $3 to $6 a pound, and the grocery store season is short. A $20 investment in crowns this April produces 20 years of spring harvests. You plant asparagus for the future, but you have to start in the present. Now the 4 you should skip in April and why they are a trap. Pumpkins and butternut squash need 75 to 100 frost-free days to mature. An April planting in zones 4 through 6 puts harvest day in direct collision with the first fall frost. You lose that race more often than you win it. Plant them in late May or early June. Most gardeners plant squash too early. This is the counterintuitive truth that almost no one says. Watermelon needs soil at 70 degrees to germinate. April ground in most zones has not reached that. Seeds in cold soil do not go dormant and wait for better conditions, they rot. Hold watermelon until late May or June when the ground is genuinely ready. Sweet corn in zones 4 through 6 in April faces 2 problems at once. The soil is too cold for consistent germination, and corn requires block planting for wind pollination to work properly. An uneven, cold April stand pollinates poorly and fills incompletely. A May planting in Zone 5 outperforms an April planting because it does not spend weeks stalled in cold ground before doing anything useful. Eggplant should have been started indoors in February. Starting from seed now means transplants ready in June. Not a disaster, but the production window shrinks significantly. Buy nursery transplants in late May instead. Full-size plants, full season ahead of them. Here is what to carry from this video. Not a checklist, just a framework that makes every April planting decision easier from here forward. The calendar is a rough map. Your soil is the actual territory. 40 degrees opens the door for peas, carrots, beets, and spinach. 60 degrees is the line for tomatoes, cucumbers, and green beans. 70 degrees is what zucchini and watermelon actually require. April moves faster than it feels. The pea window is already narrowing. Spinach is watching the thermometer. Tomatoes in cold zones need to be in trays under lights this week. Every vegetable on this list is an opportunity. Every one you plant correctly this April is groceries you do not have to buy, a harvest you actually get, and a garden that rewards you instead of disappointing you. Which of these 15 are you planting this week? Drop your zone in the comments. I read every single one. The companion planting combinations that double everything you just planted are covered in the next video. It is linked right here. April moves fast. Your garden is waiting.